People organize as open networks. They create a lot of valuable things. And the problem is that the way they organize is not recognized. On October 9th, we get together to talk about these issues. What can we do so that this new form of organizations, the open networks, can be recognized, can be legitimized, can start to exist in the eyes of our institutions and our government? And we will invite some politicians, some of them who have a very good position and decision-making power. And we will engage them in these discussions. What can they do with us so that these new ways of doing things get accepted in our society? So what are open networks? Well, a lot of people go on Facebook and organize neighborhood groups and activities. And most of these people don't even realize that what they're doing is something very new. We can say that in the past, we have organized in similar ways to clean the neighborhood or to take some action in the community, or even to build a house, a neighbor's house. So what is new about going on Facebook and organizing groups? The new thing is the scale. So here's an example. Last month, there was a group in Verdun that used Facebook, and they gathered 51 people to clean the sidewalks of cigarette butts. And within 2 hours, they gathered 15 pounds of cigarette butts. That is quite an achievement. And without Facebook, you cannot organize such an activity in such an effective way. It might take you a few days to call everybody and to coordinate this action. But here's the thing. This activity in Verdun, organized within the organization called Verdun, which by the way is an open network. Most of the people might not call it an open network, but de facto is an open network. Well, that particular small-scale activity, it's not entirely new in the age of the internet. And it happened at the scale of an entire country. So just search on the internet, "Let's Do It" movement, where the population of an entire country got together to clean the country in 24 hours, saving that government millions and millions of dollars. Cleaning a country in 24 hours. That's why these things are new, because we can scale them from the neighborhood activity to a country. And if we look around, these open networks are responsible for activities in almost any sphere of human endeavors. We can find them in education, people teaching people using internet, using YouTube classes, or other types of sites and platforms for education. We can find them in media, people writing blogs, people doing YouTube videos, people informing people. We can find it in the sphere of finance. And the best example is Bitcoin. Here's an organization that can provide a global, secure service for value exchange without being a company, without being a bank, without being a non-profit organization, or without being a co-op, without being any type of traditional legal structure that you know. Just being an open network, coordinating through the internet. So what we're seeing today is the emergence of these open networks from very, very small scale to very large scale global services. In all spheres of human activity, there is no doubt that these organizations have left traces. And we easily recognize the value that they bring to society. The problem is that people are not, our brain is not trained to recognize such an organization. And our institutions don't recognize such an organization. Government doesn't have language to describe open networks. Government doesn't have budgets for open networks. It doesn't have any policy for open networks. So we have these organizations that are producing good stuff, and yet they don't exist for these institutions. And if they don't exist, means that these people that engage in kind of organizing, they have no access to benefits. And most of the times, they have problems operating within the current legal framework. That's a problem. And this is why we want to get together on October 9th